Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Indonesian ebook before it's gone.
Halo semuanya, nama saya Vira. Hi everybody, I'm Vira. Welcome to IndonesianPod101.com's Bahasa Indonesia dalam 3 menit. The fastest, easiest, and the most fun way to learn Indonesian. In the last lesson, we learned the phrase permisi. Apakah Anda bisa berbahasa Inggris? Excuse me, do you speak English? We mentioned the word permisi, which means excuse me in Indonesian. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to use permisi and other words when apologizing in Indonesian. We should use permisi in formal situations, such as when we are ordering something in bars or restaurants. For example, permisi, saya mau pesan kopi ya. Excuse me, a coffee please. We can also use it when asking a question. Permisi, di mana letak Monas? Excuse me, where is the National Monument? Sometimes we will often hear people say ya on the end of command sentences, which is an informal way to say please. This word is used to soften the commands or request. And sometimes, ya is used to ask whether something is true or not. Ya is very often replaced by dong, which have similar meaning and purpose. But be careful in using these words because they are informal and only spoken to close friends and family. The other way to say excuse me is maaf. Maaf. Just like permisi, we can use maaf when asking a question. Except that we only use maaf when apologizing. Maaf can be used for either excuse me or I'm sorry. But if you really want to apologize for something, it might be better to use saya minta maaf. It means I am sorry. And can be used in both formal and informal situations. Saya minta maaf. First, we have the familiar saya or I. Next, we insert the Indonesian word for asking for, minta. Finally, we have maaf, meaning sorry. Saya minta maaf. Now it's time for Vira's Insights. Please remember that in Indonesia, if you accidentally bump into someone, we don't say, I am sorry. Saya minta maaf. Instead, we could just simply say maaf. Are you able to count in Indonesian? In the next lesson, we'll learn the numbers in Indonesian from 1 to 10. I'll be waiting for you in our next Bahasa Indonesia dalam 3 menit lesson. Sampai ketemu di pelajaran mendatang.
Want to master grammar so you can speak properly, express yourself better, and understand more? In this video, I'll show you how to master grammar with our lessons and learning program. Let's begin. Number 1. Listen to the lesson conversations and explanations. In every lesson, you learn a conversation. Then, our teachers break down every word and grammar rule. So you're actually learning grammar rules in the context of conversations, and you can easily see how they're used. Once you're done, review the conversation again and again to remember what you've learned. Number 2. Read the bonus explanations and tutorials. With the lesson notes, you get extra grammar explanations and examples that are not presented in the lesson. After you're done with the lesson, read the lesson notes for extra review. You can even save them as PDFs so that you can access them anytime. Number 3. Leave a comment on the lesson. Once you've learned a grammar point, be sure to use it. Leave a comment in the comments section. Write some example sentences for practice. Our teachers will review your comment and give you feedback. Number 4. Unlock even more grammar lessons. If you want to find all of the grammar lessons available, visit our lesson library. Under Category, choose Grammar. You'll get all of the pathways and lessons dedicated to helping you learn and master sentence patterns and grammar points. So, if you're ready to finally learn a new language the fast, fun, and easy way, sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Signing up takes less than 30 seconds, and you'll start speaking from your very first lesson. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button share it with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Halo semuanya, nama saya Vira. Hi everybody, I'm Vira. Welcome to IndonesianPod101.com's Bahasa Indonesia dalam 3 menit. The fastest, easiest, and the most fun way to learn Indonesian. In the last lesson, we learned some words used when apologizing in Indonesian, including permisi and maaf. In this lesson, we're going to learn numbers in Indonesian. Yes, numbers, nomor, from 1 to 10. And you're going to learn them in only 3 minutes. 3 menit. Are you ready? Let's start. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Okay, now repeat after me. I'll say the numbers and give you time to repeat each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job! What is before 1? Do you know? 0. 0. You don't have any more excuses. You can give your friends your cell phone number in Indonesian. Let's try together. We'll use the phrase nomor telepon saya, which means my phone number is nomor telepon saya. Nomor telepon saya 0815 1274 3968. Can you read it by yourself? 0, 8, 1, 5, 1, 2, 7, 4, 3, 9, 6, 8. Perfect! Now it's time for Vira's insights. When you go to the bank in Indonesia, you sometimes have to stand in line with a number. When it's your turn to check out, they will scream nomor 1, nomor 10, and so on. Learn your numbers well so you can be ready. Do you know the Indonesian word for 100? In the next lesson, we are going to learn the numbers from 11 and above in Indonesian. Your task now is to practice the numbers we studied in this lesson, from 1 to 10. Sampai jumpa lagi!
Learning to carry a conversation is vital to mastery of any language. Even beginners can quickly learn conversational language well enough to carry on real conversations with native speakers. Of course, beginners won't be able to carry a conversation the same way they could in their native language. But just knowing a few tips, like which questions to ask to keep a conversation going, are all you need to speak and interact with real native speakers. Before we get to specific suggestions, let's first take a closer look at how having real conversations in your target language is so vital to your mastery of the language. Communicating with other people is the very point of language, and conversation comes easily in our native tongue. For beginners, or anyone learning a new language, conversations aren't easy at all, and even simple greetings can be intimidating and awkward. Nothing kills a conversation faster than long periods of awkward silence, so you need practice and specific strategies to avoid them. When you know what to say to keep a conversation going, communication becomes much easier, and you make a better impression on your listener. Nothing will help you learn to speak a language faster and truly master the language than having real conversations with native speakers. Conversations quickly expose you to slang, cultural expressions, and vocabulary that force you to absorb and assimilate information faster than any educational setting. And that's a great thing. But how can you possibly have real conversations with real people if you're just starting out? Here are 3 proven methods that even beginners can quickly use to learn conversational language to make a great impression and avoid awkward silences. First, ask questions to keep a conversation going. For beginners and even more advanced speakers, the key is to ask questions to keep a conversation going. Of course, they can't be just random questions, or else you may confuse the listener. But by memorizing a few key questions and the appropriate time to use them, you can easily carry a conversation with minimal vocabulary or experience. And remember, the more conversations you have, the quicker you will learn and master the language. Second, learn core vocabulary terms as quickly as possible. You don't need to memorize thousands of words to learn conversational language. In fact, with just a couple hundred words, you could have a very basic conversation. And by learning maybe 1,000 to 2,000 words, you could carry a conversation with a native speaker about current events, order in restaurants, and even get directions. To help you get started with this, check out our 2,000 common words, also known as our core list. These 2,000 words are all you need to learn to speak fluently and carry a conversation with a native speaker. Third, study video or audio lessons that you can play and replay again and again. If you want to know how to carry on a conversation, then you need exposure to native speakers, and the more, the better. Studying video or audio lessons is ideal because they provide contextualized learning in your native language, and you can play them again and again until you achieve mastery. Our instructors have created more than 2,500 video and audio lessons that you can play over and over. And the best part is, they don't just teach you vocabulary and grammar. They are designed to help you learn to speak and teach you practical everyday topics like shopping, ordering, and more. Although it may seem intimidating for a beginner, the truth is that it's very easy to learn conversational language. Just learn a few core vocabulary terms and which questions to ask to keep a conversation going. Our language learning program has the world's largest online collection of video and audio lessons by real instructors. Plus, tons of advanced tools to help you learn to speak and carry on a conversation quickly. Just a little practice and exposure to real conversations or lessons is all it really takes. So, if you're ready to finally learn a new language the fast, fun, and easy way, sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Signing up takes less than 30 seconds, and you'll start speaking from your very first lesson. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Halo semuanya, nama saya Vira. Hi everybody, I'm Vira. Welcome to IndonesianPod101.coms. Bahasa Indonesia dalam 3 menit. The fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Indonesian. In the last lesson, we learned how to show gratitude to people by saying terima kasih. In this lesson, we'll learn some of the most common greetings used in Indonesia. Sudah siap? Are you ready? Mari kita mulai. So let's start. The most used informal greeting is halo. Halo. Halo means hi or hello. We use it when we meet. It is very casual, so we should only use this greeting with friends or family. If you need to greet someone in a formal situation, say selamat siang. Selamat siang. Literally, selamat siang means good day. We can use selamat siang only during the daytime, from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. During the afternoon, we say selamat sore. Selamat sore. Sore is Indonesian for afternoon, so selamat sore means good afternoon. This is used from about 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. During the night, we say selamat malam. Selamat malam. Malam is Indonesian for night. This is used from 6 p.m. to midnight. And finally, during the morning, we say selamat pagi. Selamat Pagi. Pagi is Indonesian for morning. This is used in the morning until 11 a.m. These four greetings are used when we meet someone. But when we leave, we don't say them again. When we part in Indonesia, we say selamat tinggal. Selamat tinggal. Selamat tinggal means goodbye, and it is a formal expression. Finally, in Indonesian, we have an expression meaning see you that can be considered both formal and informal. Sampai jumpa. Sampai jumpa. Now, you can greet people in many different ways in Indonesian. Let's review them all again. When meeting in informal situations, we say halo. When meeting older people or someone we don't know, we say selamat pagi in the morning, selamat siang in the early afternoon, selamat sore in the evening, or selamat malam at night. When living in a formal situation, we say selamat tinggal. When living, no matter whether it's a formal or informal situation, sampai jumpa. It's easy, isn't it? Now it's time for Vira's insights. In formal situations, Indonesian people commonly greet each other by shaking hands and bowing the head slightly. On the other hand, if we meet someone we are very friendly with, we can just wave. During the next lesson, we'll learn the meaning of the phrase, apakah kamu bisa bahasa Inggris? Do you already know it? We'll be waiting to talk about it with you in our next Bahasa Indonesia dalam 3 menit lesson. Sampai jumpa!
If you're tired of knowing and speaking the language at a basic level and want to express yourself fluently just like native speakers, then you'll need to learn grammar. The problem? It can be tricky to learn. But don't worry, in this guide you'll discover how to learn and master grammar with the Grammar Bank. 1. Where to get all of the grammar explanations you'll ever need. 2. The best way to learn grammar that's right for your level. And 3. How to expose yourself to real examples until the rules become natural to you with a study tool called the Grammar Bank inside of our learning program. But first, if you don't yet have access to our program, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description. First, what is the Grammar Bank? The Grammar Bank is like a grammar dictionary, except online. It's a database of the must-know grammar rules and explanations that makes it easy to look up specific rules and learn them. Look for it in the top menu of our site. 2. How do you learn grammar with it? The best way to learn grammar is not to just study rules, but to learn in context and hear the grammar used in real life. And that's exactly how you learn with our lessons. You learn a quick conversation and hear how the grammar rules are used within that conversation. 3. What if you come across grammar that you're not familiar with? Or what if you want to review a specific rule without going back to redo a lesson? That's where the Grammar Bank comes in. You can look up grammar rules and get the explanations, examples, and links to lessons where we cover these rules. You can also sort grammar by learning level. So if you're an absolute beginner and want to make sure you know all of the absolute beginner grammar rules, you can do just that with the Grammar Bank. You can also sort the rules by spelling, category, and lesson series. And if you want to get used to the grammar patterns so that you can use them in conversation and become fluent, the best way is to expose yourself to examples as much as possible. Grammar is hard at first, but gets easy once you get used to it with enough exposure. Be sure to access the related lessons inside the Grammar Bank and listen to the native conversations that use the rule as much as possible. So, if you want to become fluent and speak perfectly, you'll need grammar. Take advantage of the Grammar Bank inside of our learning program. But if you don't yet have access, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to sign up.
Halo semuanya, nama saya Vira. Hi everybody, I'm Vira. Welcome to IndonesianPod101.com's Bahasa Indonesia dalam 3 menit. The fastest, easiest, and the most fun way to learn Indonesian. In the last lesson, we learned the most common forms of greetings in Indonesian. Do you remember them? In this lesson, we're going to learn a very useful phrase. Do you speak English? If you find yourself in a situation where you need assistance in English, this phrase can be a lifesaver. And because you're asking it in Indonesian, you can be sure that everyone will understand what you're saying, even if their answer is no. Here's the informal way to say it. Kamu bisa berbahasa Inggris? Kamu bisa berbahasa Inggris? Kamu bisa berbahasa Inggris literally means you can speak English, but depending on the way you say it, you can turn it into a question. Kamu is the informal way to say you. The next word is the verb bisa, which means be able. Berbahasa is a verb. This word is made up of bahasa, which means language, and ber, which is a prefix. When ber is combined with the word stem bahasa, it means to talk or to speak. And you probably recognize English to be English. To learn more about ber verbs like berbahasa, please look at our Absolute Beginner series on IndonesianPod101.com. You can find very detailed grammar lessons and resources there. We are now going to make this sentence formal. First, we have to use the word apakah, which roughly means tell me whether. Next, we need to use the formal version of you, which is Anda. And everything else stays the same. Apakah Anda bisa berbahasa Inggris? Apakah Anda bisa berbahasa Inggris? Adding permisi, excuse me, the sentence becomes even more polite. Permisi, apakah Anda bisa berbahasa Inggris? Permisi, apakah Anda bisa berbahasa Inggris? The responses you will receive could be one of these three. Bisa, I can. Bisa, sedikit, a little. Sedikit. Maaf, saya tidak bisa. Sorry, I can't. Maaf, saya tidak bisa. Maaf is a polite way to say you're sorry. Saya is Indonesian for I. Since this last one is a negative statement, we need to say tidak, which means no, before the verb bisa. So, sorry, I can't is maaf, saya tidak bisa. Now it's time for Vira's insights. For those of you who are not only English speakers, you can obviously use this question with any language you need. Just substitute English with Italia for Italian, Rusia for Russian, Spanish for Spanish, German for German. In this lesson, we mentioned the expression maaf. In the next lesson, we will learn more about this and other ways to apologize in Indonesian. It's never too late to show your good manners with Indonesian people. I'll see you in our next Bahasa Indonesia dalam 3 menit lesson. Sampai jumpa!
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Indonesian ebook before it's gone.